Okay, everyone. Hey, everybody. Let's help another Japanese person learning English today on the Social English Podcast. Today, we're going to have a topic talking about a particular venue. That's what's up next on the Social English Podcast. See you in a minute.
皆さんこんにちは。毎日少しずつ社交に使える英語の上達を目指すソーシャルイングリッシュポッドキャストへようこそ。今日はぜひもっと自信を持って英会話してみましょう。Are you ready, Percy? Let's go!
Hey everybody, Percy here. Welcome to the Social English Podcast. This is the podcast where we help you learn a little bit of social English every single day. I am your host, and we don't focus on business English. We don't focus on regular conversation English. We focus on real life English, real life conversational English spoken today by modern people. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, in today's episode, we have an English repair shop episode. In these episodes, a person asks me by email or by message, direct message, to help them with their English and how to say it correctly. And a lot of times I'll pick one that's, of course, or all the time it's incorrect. So I'll show you a little bit of things. But that's what today's topic is. But first, please listen to this.
すべての英語修理店のエピソードと同様に4つのパートがあります。パート1では英語を勉強している日本人が間違って言ったことを正確に聞くことができます。パート2では会話型のソーシャルイングリッシュスタイルで正しい英語を聞くことができます。パート3ではパーシーはあなたが同じ過ちを犯さないようにするために彼が重要だと考えるヒントをあなたに与えます。パート4でパーシーは正しい英語版を高速で自然な速度で言います。このようにしてネイティブの速度で英語を聞く練習をすることもできます。
Okay, so in these social English repair shop episodes, what we do is we're going to have 4 parts. In part 1, I'm going to talk to you about the incorrect English that the person gave me. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to read it for you so you can hear what it sounds like in English, and you can hopefully hear the mistakes if you are an intermediate or advanced English learner. If you are a brand new English learner, maybe you won't, but that's okay because we're going to keep going. Okay, so with the next part of this is we're going to talk about the correct English. So I'm going to give you the correct English that I say is the correct English, and I'm going to give it to you in a slow speed. And in part 3, that is the third part, we are going to give you, or I'm going to give you, the hints, tips, tricks, and help I have for you so that you can remember and not make these mistakes yourself. Part 4, I'm going to say everything in correct English one more time, but this time it's going to be in fast speed, okay? So I'm going to talk about it in quick speed, fast speed, and we're going to go from there, okay? So hopefully you can keep up with me, and if not, maybe you need to play this on slow speed, but that's okay. I'm going to give you something to learn today. We're going to help somebody today. It's going to be fun, okay? So let's go over into the example for today's episode. Today's episode, we have this particular, okay, so let's look at this. Okay, this place, okay, we're talking about at Antelope. This place was so stunning, but under COVID, we needed to wear masks. I hope I can visit there again. Okay, so not really bad English there. That's not really a huge problem. There's a couple of things there, and we're going to go into it. Let me say that one more time so you can hear that just one more time, just for you to hear. So that way you get an idea of what's going on here. Okay, let's go through that one more time. At Antelope, this place was so stunning, but under COVID, we needed to wear masks. I hope I can visit there again. Yeah. So, as you can see there, it's a little bit, it's not really the right way to say this. What we're going to do here is we're going to look at a different way to say this. Hopefully, this different way that I show you will make more sense to you. Okay, so we're going to go by the correct English. We're going to go a little bit slow, line by line. Okay, let's check that out. Let's go into that real quick. Okay, let's go look at that. Okay, antelope. Okay, so here we go. Have you ever been to Antelope? This place is awesome, but we needed to wear masks due to COVID rules. I want to go there soon again. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to say that a little bit slower one more time. And if you already have learned a lot of English, I want to ask you a question. Did you correct your English or this English? Did you correct this close to my version? If so, you're getting better at social English, okay? Let's go through that again. I'm going to give you another version, okay? Remember, it's going to be at a slow speed. So let's go look at that really quickly. And let's check that out. Have you ever been to Antelope? This place is awesome. But because of COVID rules, we needed to wear masks. I can't wait to go there again. Okay, so that's kind of another way that you can say this. I changed the words a little bit, but I want you to really pay attention to the overall way that I say it and the way I change some of the words around. Okay, so let me tell you. Let's go into why I did that. Let's look at this in detail. And we'll go to part 3. These are my tips, my hints, my tricks, so that you can see why I did this. Okay, let's go into that. Okay. At first, you see 7-4 at Antelope. Okay. You should change this into a sentence about Antelope that tells us what Antelope is. So we know that it's a kind of a place where you want to go to. Okay. So you want to do something like, you want to tell us basically, you want to tell the person you're talking to or the person you're writing to. But remember, this is spoken English. You want to tell them where you're going to give them an idea of what it might be. Okay? So, have you ever been to Antelope? Have you heard of Antelope? Do you know of this place called Antelope? Has anybody ever told you about Antelope? Those are social English ways to say the first part of this sentence. Okay? Now let's go into the next part. This place was so stunning, but under COVID, we needed to wear masks. Okay, the first part there, when we're talking about this place is stunning. No, we don't want to use stunning when talking about an inanimate object, a thing. So, from basic English, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing, like a pen. Antelope is a place. So we don't want to use stunning. When we use stunning, we want to use it to talk about people, really. So stunning is an expression, it's a word, it's an adjective that we use. Like, this woman was so beautiful and gorgeous. She was stunning. Have you ever seen Katy Perry? She is gorgeous. She is so stunning. Have you seen Dua Lipa? She is beautiful. She is so stunning. Okay? Something like that. And stunning we usually use in English also to talk about women. It'd be very strange to hear, oh, wow, I love Harry Styles. He's stunning. It's it's just one of those adjectives that really is used usually on women in conversational English. And in social English, we are going with that because that's what we do. Okay, now the second part of this I want to talk about is I'm going to talk about this this part here, which is under COVID, we needed to wear masks. So there's a better way you could say that. You could say just because of COVID restrictions, we had to wear masks. But the way that I think you should use it, and which is kind of better and clearer, is you want to express something you did because this happened because this. So we had to wear masks because of COVID. So you want to say we had to do this because of this. So you could say, when you say because of COVID we had to wear masks, it's not really a social English flow, because you want to express that, man, we had to do this thing because of this. Okay? I had to wear a hat because it was so sunny yesterday. I had to go find my big jacket because it was so cold. Now, that's the pattern I want you to remember, because let's turn that around and say it backwards. Because it was cold, I had to wear my jacket. That is a very boring, non-expressive way to talk. So social English, we want to express ourselves and talk in a lively, fun, interesting way. So we don't want to use that. That is very boring, so don't use that, okay? Don't bore the people you're talking about or you're talking to, okay? And last one, I hope I can visit there again, okay? That's not really too bad, but one better way you could say is, I can't wait to go there again, okay? Because when we say visit, we usually mean a place that is very important, and it has a stronger meaning, a closer meaning. Like, I want to visit my grandparents' house. I went to visit my cousin last summer. Okay, something like that. So a little bit more closer to you, like the social circle that I talked about in episode, I think it was 63. The circles of conversation. There's 3 circles of conversation, and that's more of when you use the word visit, you're using one of the closest words of social conversation. So you don't want to talk about that when you're talking about going to a bar, a club, or something like that. So you don't want to use that. You want to use, you just don't want to use that. You want to use something that's more expressive, okay? And so let's move on right after this.
この章を気に入っていただけたら、5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。コメントは英語か日本語でお書きいただければ喜んで読ませていただきます。realsocialenglish.com にアクセスしてぜひ無料でダウンロードしてください。ほとんどの日本人の英語を勉強している人がやってしまいがちな7つの間違いとその正しい言い方。また、毎日英語を上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。Apple Podcast、Google Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを購読いただきます。支援者になっていただけませんか？私たちがこの賞を作るための支援として$5の寄付をお願いできませんか？今後のエピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。また、そこでしか利用できない新しいコンテンツも入手できます。patreon.com/socialenglish からご参加ください。ソーシャルメディアで私たちのポッドキャストを友達にシェアしたり、Twitter、Facebook、Instagram のフォローをお願いします。
Okay, so that's going to be it for today's episode of the Social English Podcast. I want to thank you for joining me today. Hit that like button. It helps this channel out. Please do that. Okay, now, today's action item, what I want you to do is I want you to go and practice talking about a place, a bar, a club, or venue you recommend to someone else. A dance studio, art museum, a show, anything that you recommend to someone. I want you to talk about how you want to go there again and why it's so good. Talk to that in English with a friend, or if you're lucky and have one, an English friend like me, English speaking friend that can help you. Okay, so this is Percy once again here from Social English Podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace and love.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイト realsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.